Angie here, and I'm finally back for a Project Life Process video on my own channel. This is from December 21st to 27th, so it will have a lot of Christmas photos. Because I did December daily as well, I didn't really have that much difficulty picking photos to cover this week. It was pretty easy. So yeah. At the beginning you saw both sides of the layout, and a lot of the colors are inspired by a card on the right hand side of the layout. Here I'm just using this cut apart sheet from Gossamer Blue, and it's from a kit like back in May of 2015. So every month they email you a free printable sheet. So I had printed it but hadn't used any of it, so I just thought the colors matched pretty perfectly. So yeah, so now I'm on the left hand side and I'm starting with my title card. The card in behind is hard to kind of tell in the video, but it's a white with like a green pattern, like X's all over, green little X's. So I'm just using a red doily and this orange vellum heart from Gossamer Blue. And so yeah, the card on the right hand side has a lot of, it has red and green, but it also has oranges and yellows and a little bit of turquoise. So because it is Christmas, I thought I'd bring in a little bit more red and green. And I'm using these glittery green thickers because I really think I would struggle to use them elsewhere. So they were in my stash, and I think I probably just got them from Michael's or something. But yeah, put those on there just to make it a little bit more Christmassy, but not too much, because I don't really like to use theme stuff in my project life. I save that more for my mini albums. So yeah. I thought about adding these plus signs from the puffy stickers from Maggie Holmes Bloom, but decided not to, and I actually don't use any of those puffy stickers, and I use very little ephemera or embellishments. I think I just want to be done with 2015, so yeah, for the most part I'm just using thickers, doily, vellum hearts, enamel dots, and a few cut aparts from that printable sheet. And yeah, so I'm just kind of finishing up this title card. Keep it pretty simple for me. And now I am layering two of the little ephemera pieces from the printable on there. This says, "These are the days and we were here." And I decided to bring out my wood veneer because I have a bunch but hardly ever use it anymore. So I bring out these wood veneer stars and just excuse me, layer those onto this card from Studio Calico that has kind of like a messy red drawn stripe looking look. Add 3 roller stamps to that, and then just a tiny bit of journaling a little bit later here. And while I had my date stamp out, I added the date to that orange card that says The Good Life, and that was from Studio Calico as well. And yeah, so far it's a pretty good mix of the colors, the greens, the reds, the oranges, and a little bit of yellow. Some of my other cards will have a bit of the turquoise as well a little bit later on to tie it in. But yeah, so on the These Are the Days card, I'm just journaling about how we went to my parents' house for a few days leading up to Christmas. And then the orange card is talking about how we spent Christmas Day at home, just the 3 of us, what we did. We made reindeer pancakes, we opened presents, we did a puzzle, and baked cookies. So that's just our journaling for the day. The card kind of looked like a tag, so I used my scissors just to like skewer a hole in there and add some baker's twine. it stays in there for a while, but then at the end of my process, I decide to take that out. So it's not going to stay there for the whole time. But yeah, so now I'm working on this bottom left photo of my mom and my daughter on Christmas Eve. We opened presents Christmas Eve at their house. And so I'm just using another one of these vellum hearts from 7 Paper, a label from the Fancy Pants label ephemera pack, and then this wood veneer from Gossamer Blue, I think from Gossamer Blue, or it could be from Elle Studio. I'm not quite sure. But it says you plus me equals love, which I thought was really, really cute. And I think I just journal about Nora's new presents and them playing together. And I add a few enamel dots, mostly yellow, but I do bring in some red. And a little bit later on, I add a white one. This wood veneer says I give this 5 stars, and that's from Elle Studios. And yeah, I just put it on the picture of the reindeer pancakes. And at this point, I'm like, you know what? This is good enough. So I just pack it all up. Trying to be a little bit more minimalist, not so heavily embellished. You know, I don't need to bring out everything that I own to create a layout. I want to make my process more quick and streamlined, and so in just choosing a few things to use, it definitely helps with that. So as I mentioned, thickers, vellum hearts, doilies, just stuff that I had like on hand. And then at the end of the layout, I do kind of dive into my Christmas stash a tiny little bit, just because it is Christmas, so I thought I would see what I had for that. So this is the right hand part of the layout, and that's the card that I was talking about that has all the colors. So you can see yellow, green, red, and a little bit of orange and turquoise. And so just to bring the thickers again to this side, I put Xmas and just journal about how my husband and I told our families at Christmas time that we are expecting baby number 2. And I forgot that I hadn't corner rounded at this point, so yeah. Thought I wanted things switched around, but then decided to put them back. And yeah. I thought this ephemera piece was perfect. Had a bunch of the colors and just kind of wanted to add a little bit extra something to the photo without going too crazy. So I add this flower ephemera piece from, I don't even know what collection it's from. It's from something new, but I don't remember. Sorry about that. And I just add the word puzzles, and usually when I put thickers down on the photo, it's impossible to move, but for some reason today, things just worked out, and it was really squishy, so I tried to pull up the thickers, and it actually worked, and it actually let me, so I was able to fix the way it looked, and it looks way better, all nicely laid out and not all squishy. So that photo is pretty much done. I use another one of these cut aparts from the printable sheet that says, I don't even know, something about life and happy. But yeah, so I just add that to that photo of my daughter. That's Christmas morning, and she's just playing with some of her new toys. Bring in the doily and the wood veneer stars to this side of the layout as well. I like using the doilies to cover up not so attractive parts of the photo. So in that bottom right hand corner, that's a photo of my father-in-law and my daughter, and behind them was like the TV with the fake fireplace on it. So I just covered it with a doily. You don't need to see it. Yeah, so just added a wood veneer potty person girl to that card, and at the top left, and some enamel dots. And at this point, I'm just kind of deciding what's next. Decide to do the journaling on this card that's also from Studio Calico, and I just put the date stamps. I thought about kind of layering that vellum heart on top, but decided not to. But just journal about how on the 26th, Boxing Day here in Canada, we drove to my in-laws' house and celebrated Christmas there, kind of talked a little bit about what gifts Nora received and how spoiled everyone was. And at this point, I put everything in the pockets and put the two layouts side by side just to kind of see how it's balanced and what it looks like. And decided that this card needed, or sorry, this side of the layout needed some more orange. So I bring in this orange vellum heart and just layer the thickers on top, and I really like the way that that looks now. Just looks more complete to me. And then decide to add in a white enamel dot to that card because I used a white one on the right hand side. And now I'm just going through my my ephemera to see if anything in there really fits. Part of me wants to embellish like every single photo, and then part of me says no, you don't need to. So now I'm diving into my Christmas stuff and find these October Afternoon puffy stickers. So just add 2 of those. One of them is a little gift, and the other one just says Happy Holidays. I add this bow just to fill in the space a little bit, and then decide I really don't like this baker's twine, so I decide to add another bow to that, and that's pretty much it. Thanks so much for watching and subscribing. We'll see you soon. Bye.